You know, when you go to the food court at the mall, you don't get all the different ethnic foods put in a blender, do you? You don't get the Italian food, the Chinese food, the Japanese food, the American food, and they put it all in a blender and just serve you glop. No, because there's something special about the Italian food and something special about the Japanese food and something special about the Mexican food and whatever other foods there are. And those distinctives are wonderful. And in that sense, it's wonderful that the different races, the different ethnicities have something distinct and have something unique and have something beautiful that they offer. But the idea that the races should not be mixed has no support in Scripture. What Scripture does talk about is peoples being separated from sin. And Paul writes that we should not be unequally yoked with unbelievers. He doesn't say a white person shouldn't be yoked with a black person or a black person with a white person. And interestingly, there's a verse in Numbers chapter 12 that may address this question directly. And it says in Numbers chapter 12, verse 1, that Miriam and Aaron spoke against Moses because of the Cushite woman whom he had married, for he had married a Cushite woman. Now, that's the only thing it tells us. It would presumably be a separate wife, a second wife, because his first wife was Midianite, and the Midianites and Cushites are two different people. And we can't be 100% sure, but we can be fairly sure that a Cushite woman would be referring to an Ethiopian woman and therefore to a black woman, whereas Moses, as a Middle Eastern man, would have looked more, say, like an Egyptian or maybe a darker complected brownish skin as opposed to white skin, but certainly not black. Now, in any case, he did marry someone from another race. And if that was the reason that he was being criticized, God rebuked Aaron and Miriam for criticizing Moses. Now, they rebuked him on a number of levels, but in other words, it was perfectly fine for him to marry a Cushite woman. And in fact, he had previously married a Midianite woman, so Moses then would have had two interracial marriages in his life, and he is one of the great leaders in the history of Israel. No, there's not a syllable in Scripture that says that interracial marriage is wrong, and often it brings together the beauty of two different races into something even more beautiful and special as they walk together in the Lord.